Assalamualaikum and good morning. So today this lab we will learn about how to implement a standard access list in a network. So for this lab, it will be divided into three parts, which is the first one is you will learn how to configure numbered ACL, the second part how to configure named ACL, and the third part is how to edit a named ACLs in the Cisco IOS. So this is the topology of today. So the topology is the same with last week's lab, which is network address translation. In this lab, all of the configuration, ACL configuration, will be done in R3, router 3. So for network 172.16.1.0, we will implement numbered ACL in which we will allow um, FTP service, HTTP service, and also HTTPS services from PC2 to the server 0. So all of the services will be set on server 0. And in the next part, we will learn how to configure named ACL for network 172.16.1.128, and we will only allow HTTPS connection to server 0. The rest of the traffic will be denied. Okay, so now we will continue with the first part of the video, which is configuring, applying, and verifying a standard numbered ACL. So the addressing table is pretty much the same like last week. So I'll just proceed and continue with the packet tracer configuration in this lab. So I already explained that all of the configuration will be done in R3. So before we start, what we need to do is we need to ping from PC2 to the global address of server 0. So here, um, so we test it with the global IP address. So ping 200.200.200.3. So supposedly you will get the reply from the global address of the PC0. If you were to try to ping the internal address, it won't work here. It's just you ping 192.168.1.142. It won't work because um, the inside address is already being mapped into the global IP address. So the inside IP address is no longer routable in the network. So now what we're going to do is first we need to set the web services and FTP services in the server 0. So you need to click on server 0 and go to the services tab here and make sure you click on the HTTP button and turn on the HTTP services and also the HTTPS services. Another thing that you have to um, turn on is the FTP services. Okay, so here one of the account is already being set up, which is the username is Cisco and password is Cisco. If you would like to add another user, you can just go insert the username and password. For example, I'll insert new username, which is student, and the password is Cisco 123, and just add the new um okay, so I'll just give one permission, which is read and write permission, and then I just add the new users into the FTP account. So now we are done setting up both FTP and the web services in server 0. So what happened here is um, okay. So what happened here is we will start configuring R3. So now on R3, you have to make sure that you are now in global configuration mode. So the command is config T. So for a new user, if you are not familiar with the all of the access list command, you can always use the help from the asking from the using the question mark. Okay, so from the global configuration mode, what you need to do is, because we are going to configure an extended access list, so you need to issue access list 100. Okay, so the number 100 indicates that this is an extended access list. So we are going to permit. Okay, so FTP and HTTP, HTTPS, all are um, using the TCP connection. So if I were to enter the question mark command, so this is all of the protocol that we can enter after the permit command. So you can see that of course HTTP, HTTPS and TCP is not listed because it is a protocol for application layer. So what we need to enter is the TCP protocol, and then you can refine further. Okay, we can refine further to see what are the next configuration. So here we need to put the source IP address and also the wildcard mask. So you just can follow the steps from the lab sheet. Okay, in this case, the source address is the network 172.16.1.0, and the wildcard mask is 0.0.0.127, because the subnet mask here is 255.255.255.128. So you just flip the bit, or you may want to subtract from the full 255, subtract it with 255.255.255.128, so you will get 0.0.0.127 as your wildcard mask. So next, what we're going to do is we need to enter the destination address. So basically, those services are on server 0. So here, instead of accessing the whole network, so we'll just specify the server IP address. So in here, we need to specify the global IP address, which is 200.200.200.3. And then what are the services that we need to allow here? We want to allow FTP services. So you have to remember that for FTP services, we have need to consider two ports, which is port 20 and 21. So here I'll just repeat the configuration by using the arrow up um, key, then just enter. So FTP, we have two ports, 20 and also 21. Next, we need to allow port HTTP port 80, which is for HTTP. So instead of using port number, I will use the service name, which is HTTP. Okay, host EQ. Well, let me try with www. Okay, it works. And then try with HTTPS protocol, SSL. Okay, let me see first. I'm not quite sure why it does not accept the HTTPS services name. It usually works, also might as well I just use the 443 port number here. Okay, so maybe there's a bug with the packet tracer. So now I'm going to review back. Okay, I'm going to review back what we have entered so far for the access list. So I just put do show access list command. So you can see that currently we have two access lists, one standard access list, which is what we have set up for the NAT, and the second one is the um, extended access list 100. So we have allow three services, which is FTP, and then this one is for FTP data. This is for HTTP, and 443 is the port for HTTPS. So what we're going to do now is we have to apply the ACL onto the interface. So we need to apply it on G0.10 interface. Okay, so just go to interface G0/0.10, and then we need to apply access list 100. Okay, so IP access group 100, and then because the direction is from of the traffic from this PC into the interface. Okay, so why I'm keep clicking on the PC, I'm not quite sure. So the traffic is in inbound direction. So IP access group 100 in. Okay, so now let us test. Okay, let us test here. Should we put the IP deny IPNNE? Yes, but implicitly the default is deny at the bottom of the list. So you may want or you may not want to put the implicit deny at the end of the access list 100. Okay, so now let us test it. So first we are going to test we are going to ping back the 200.200.200.3. So now the destination is unreachable, okay, because previously what we allow is only those three services, which is FTP, HTTP, and also the HTTPS. So because we do not explicitly permit the ICMP, which is the protocol that is used to ping the server, hence the reason why you cannot reach the server anymore. All right. Previously, before the ACL, we can ping to the server. So let us test the FTP whether it's permitted or not. So to test it, so we just issue the FTP command, and then followed by the global address of the server FTP 200.200.3. Then we can use the username that we have set up before, which is student, and the password is Cisco123. So now you are already logged into the FTP. So we just press quit. Okay. Now, so the connection for the FTP is successful. So the next thing we need to do is we would like to test um, the HTTP services. Okay, so now just enter the global address for the servers. So you can see that we can access the HTTP services on the server 0, and let us try with HTTPS. So I just close it back and then enter the HTTPS 200.200.200.3. Enter. So now we also can access the secure web services on server 0. All right. So you can see that all other type of connection, including ICMP, which is ping services, is not allowable, but it only allows us to access the specified services, which is FTP, the web, and also the secure web HTTPS. All right, so we'll continue with next video, part 2.